Hi everyone, welcome back to another video from this lovely tasty download. I'm going to do this sort of rainbow type shaped item today. I'm not really sure what this is. I'm sort of thinking maybe it's a sort of type of marshmallow or nougat. I don't really know, but we're going to have a go. We're just going to, now we've got 5 stripes, so I'm thinking 5 different colours. I have got my Arteza Experts out. I thought I've been trying different pencils on, you know, with different on different items, so I thought I would mix it up again today. I hope it's not getting too confusing. I'm thinking I want to keep it fairly pale, not really dark rainbow colours. I think that would be a bit too much for sort of sweets and normally more pastel-y. So I think I'm going to start actually with a pink. We've got a pink macaron here, which I think could be a good one. So I'm going to start the very inside with that. So I'm just going to put down an even layer. Now the reason I'm trying out different pencils partly is because I know you don't all have all the sets, so it just means that maybe for one of the videos you might actually be able to match up with what I'm doing and that might give you a bit of joy. But also try not to get silver paint on my cardigan from the one I've just done at the bottom. I'm trying them out on this paper because this paper is a Bristol board, and it I'm going to make them darker at the bottom. It doesn't work very well for polychromos, interestingly. I find I can't get many layers out of it. It's very smooth and it just doesn't seem to work. But I worked very well with the castles and the Holbeins that I've used so far, the castle pastels and the Holbein pastels. So let's just brush that off so you can see there's a very slight colour difference as we go round. So this being a little bit darker at the bottom and a bit lighter at the top, and we'll continue that through with our other colours. I'm not going to try and make a sort of transition of colours like rainbow light because I think I will probably mess it up, so I'm just going to dot back and forth. I'm going to go for green now and find my palest green, which I think is this one, which is called the lime green. I'm going to do it for this next one. Oh yeah, that's quite pastel-y, isn't it? I don't think all sweets and candies are pastel colours, but this one seemed to be, the macarons that are underneath, they seem to be. So I will mix it up a bit. Some of these look like little cakes, and the lollipop, for example, which is coming up, this is quite neon-y, isn't it? The lollipop that's coming up quite a while yet, I will probably do really bright, so I will mix it up a bit. But this one a bit darker at the bottom. If you're finding that it isn't looking that much darker, you can always use a slightly darker shade of colour, but for me I can just about see that difference, so that's fine. I've got a coral which I'm going to try next. It's sort of fairly dark, so I'm going to go lightly. Now these dots I'm actually going to do in white, so I'm going to go over them. I might not do them in white. I could do them in a different colour, but a pen, so it doesn't matter. So I'm going to start with an evenish layer. I say evenish, I've not mastered how to do things really even. There are a lot of people that can. I guess it's just practice. Practice, practice, practice. Something we're all doing a lot of. I was colouring in front of the TV last night. I was watching Dancing on Ice. It's a skating programme. It's not as good as my favourite Strictly Come Dancing, but it's sort of okay. And oops, I've gone out of the lines there. It's just a fun, happy programme, you know, and I took a actually Rooms of Wonder, but there's a wallpaper page in Rooms of Wonder, and I did it really simply with just a few colours. So just one yellow, one pink, pinky red, and two or three greens. And so it meant that I could put that on my lap. I didn't need loads of pencils. I didn't have lots of pencil choices either, which is always nice. Now this green looks almost yellow to me, so I'm wondering whether to put a green in there. I think we'll do I'm thinking blue, and then I'm thinking do we like eating blue candy? Maybe purple. That'll be better. Yeah, let's use this. This is lilac actually. It's a sort of pale purple colour. Let's go with that. Next to the orange, I've gone out of the lines there. I'm just going to erase that a little bit first, because I'm not sure it's going to sit on top very nicely. There we go. So back to my lilac. Yeah, I think I might finish that outside one with the green. But we'll see. Now, for my first two, I did a little bit of a colour around the outside as a sort of touch of background. Didn't do that on yesterday's because I had all that wet paint around, which has dried now, and I've tidied it up a little bit. But, you know, I was getting in a mess. Needed to just stop, take a breather, and so I didn't do one on that one, and I'm not sure I'm going to do one on this one either. But small pictures, doing a little bit of a background can be a good intro to backgrounds. It can, you know, it's easier just to do a little bit. And what you can do is you get a little stencil and put a square or a circle over it and just do that bit. The problem I have with that is getting it central, so it scares me a bit. But for some people who can line up really well, there's a lot of you who are very good at that sort of thing. I am definitely going to go with the green. I want a sort of emeraldy green really. Oh, what about, we've got a shamrock green here, which is like a turquoise. It's quite dark. I'm going to have to go carefully. So I'm going to put down the lightest touch that I can to start with. That is quite light. Now if you can't do a light touch, you might want to choose a different colour. It's a bit paler. But it's just about barely putting any weight down on the pencil. Gently kissing the paper with the pencil. Whoop, okay, all squiff. And really lightly building up the layers. But some people colour like this all the time. Apparently that's how some people are taught to colour. I mean, I'm self-taught, so I don't know. That you do the very lightest of layers. I'm afraid I wouldn't. That would take the enjoyment out of it for me because it would take too long. I would get impatient. You know, obviously I always want to enjoy what I'm doing, which I do. But if I was going that slowly, for me it wouldn't be fun. I think it's because I've got this weird mindset that wants to finish everything quickly, and that's why I did my video on how I finish books, and some people I think didn't really like it. I got a comment from someone saying, you know, you don't properly finish your pictures. I'm like, well, for me they're finished. For you, you know, for you guys you might want to do a bit more, or for that person, you know, but we're all different. Right, there we go. Now we've got our circles. Now I've only got a white pen in here. I'm going to try it in white, but I'm thinking, what other colours have I got? I've got like pink and purple, orange and yellows. I don't think any of those will go with it really well, so I'm going to do the white. You can use any white pen, by the way. I don't know why I particularly grabbed my Posca when I've been using my Gellyroll for the rest of the page. they're much for muchness, to be honest. Sometimes if one doesn't seem to work, I grab the other, and I don't think it's anything to do with the pen or the paper or the pencil. It's just, it might be that the pen's been used more recently, so the ink's run down to the tip, because I always store my pens either flat, which is probably better, or that way, which is probably bad. You should probably store it that way so the ink runs down. The problem with that is that it might run into the lid, or you know, it might be too wet, so you'd have to just experiment and see what works for you. Right, there's our little rainbow. It's quite a quick one today. I'm not sure how I would eat that. You'd have to peel the bits off, wouldn't you, and then break them up. It's too big. I think it's, I mean, I don't know if it's life size, but so I wouldn't fit all that in my mouth. I've got, excuse me, I've got a small mouth. But anyway, we've got a cute little sort of cupcake to do tomorrow, which will be fun. But for today, it's just a quickie. But I hope you had fun with it. I'm not, as I said, I'm not going to do a little background on that one. If I was going to, I'd probably do it blue. But I'm not. I'm just going to leave it. I'm happy with it as it is. So that's me for today. There'll be another video this afternoon though. But for now, thank you for watching, and pop back tomorrow to enjoy a cupcake with me. Happy colouring!